Hey webheads and movie lovers! Let's swing back to 2012 and talk about a movie that had some pretty big shoes to fill, The Amazing Spider-Man. After Sam Raimi's iconic trilogy, Sony decided it was time for a reboot. But this wasn't just a simple do-over. They wanted a grittier, more modern take on our favorite wall crawler. And to do that, they brought in director Marc Webb, who was fresh off his indie hit 500 Days of Summer. An interesting choice, right? A director known for romance and drama taking on a massive superhero blockbuster. But that's just exactly what Sony was going for. A story that focused just as much on the heart and soul of Peter Parker as it did on the web-slinging action. Finding the new Peter Parker was a huge deal. A ton of actors were considered, including big names like Josh Hutcherson, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and even Logan Lerman. But in the end, the role went to Andrew Garfield. Marc Webb said that as soon as he saw Andrew's audition, he knew they had found their Spider-Man. He had this perfect mix of vulnerability, intelligence, and a little bit of that rebellious energy that defined this new version of Peter. And for his love interest, the brilliant Gwen Stacy, they cast the equally talented Emma Stone. The on-screen chemistry between Garfield and Stone was absolutely electric. And for good reason. They actually started dating during the production, and that genuine connection really shines through in every scene they share. Now, let's talk about the tech. The creative team wanted to make Spider-Man's movements feel more realistic and fluid than ever before. They studied the movements of actual spiders and incorporated that into the choreography. They built this massive rig called the Luma Crane, just to capture those breathtaking swinging shots through the streets of New York City. And what about the suit? It was a complete redesign. They wanted something that looked like a high school kid could have realistically pieced it together in his bedroom. It was sleek, textured, and had those cool yellow tinted lenses. It was a bold new look that definitely got people talking. And of course, a hero is only as good as his villain. Rhys Ifans took on the role of Dr. Kirk Connors, a.k.a. the Lizard. To prepare, he actually contorted his body and practiced moving with one arm tied behind his back to truly understand the character's physicality before all the CGI was added. The Amazing Spider-Man also brought back a key element from the comics that was missing from the Raimi trilogy, the mechanical web shooters. This was a huge deal for hardcore fans. It showed that this Peter Parker was a true scientific genius, inventing his own gear instead of having organic webs. This detail really emphasized the science nerd aspect of his character. The film was also one of the first major blockbusters to be shot entirely in 3D, using the advanced Red Epic cameras. Marc Webb really wanted to immerse the audience in Spider-Man's world, making you feel like you were right there with him, swinging hundreds of feet above the ground. When the movie hit theaters, it was a massive commercial success, raking in over $750 million worldwide. It proved that audiences were ready to fall in love with Spider-Man all over again. While it faced a lot of comparisons to the original films, many praised its fresh tone, the fantastic performances by Garfield and Stone, and the stunning visual effects. It successfully relaunched the franchise and set the stage for a sequel, cementing its own unique place in the long and amazing history of Spider-Man on the big screen. What did you think of this version of Spidey? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies. See ya!